everyone. As you see, I am on the road and I'm trying to get into the studio today. Thank you so much for joining us at Smart Black Woman TV with your host, Vernita Williams, featuring Charles Cummings on Smart Black Woman TV, and we're on NPNTv. TV. Today it is August 31st, and guess what? The end of the month came by so fast. Now we're entering September tomorrow. Hopefully, everybody is ready for that fall weather to come through.
I know I
And
am.
because we have had a hot summer, and some of us still have a hot summer. I'm down here in South Florida, and of course, I have a hot summer down here. But September tends to bring a little cooler weather, very nice weather in South Florida. This is a nice place to visit. If you're thinking about vacationing, come on down, release some stress, get your mental health stabilized, and enjoy that beach make you understand that God is in control of everything. So
Mhm.
today we're going to be having some conversation. So we were looking over social media. There are quite a few things that's been going on. Charles is going to lead that area because some of those stories he's more familiar with. I have also read on some of them and reviewed some of those social media platforms where this information has came about. So Charles, come on, let us know about what's going on, and also let us know how your day has been going.
Okay, cool. My day's been good so far. I started out working out, did my normal daily routine. I've been working hard on some new projects, so it's been a pretty smooth day, you know, exciting, but never a dull moment.
Right.
But I mentioned to you about, I guess we can start with the story about the kids that were being bullied on the bus. And I know it's a popular video. It's been going on around online with the father getting on the bus, cussing out the other children on the bus. And it was crazy because the dad was calling the child a bitch and all kinds of crazy stuff, which is out of line. I think it's out of line because you're an adult. You got to lead by example and show the children the right way to handle something like a situation like that. And at the end of the day, I feel as though that's the reason why you have bullies out here. Um, Doing things like that or treating people the way that they don't deserve because they see their parents doing it. So how do you feel? Like I saw a lot of parents were saying that's why my child can't ride the bus. A lot of parents aren't even allowing their children to ride the bus anymore because of situations like that.
You know what? The way I look at it, you do have a bus driver, and the bus driver is pretty much the security guard. It's just like any other situation. You know what? It's some unforeseen occurrences that continue to go on. I just think that, parents need to understand that you can't protect your children from all of the different unforeseen occurrences that may go on
Right.
unless you shelter them at home, and if you shelter them, then they won't have these life experiences. I think the best thing for parents to do to talk to their children, and if they do have come in contact with this type of exposure, disgruntled. A disgruntled adult, I think that parents should coach the child on what they should do. Go to the back of the bus, get away from the situation, clear yourself as much as you can to protect yourself away from the situation. The bus driver, I think, was more the one that's in control of what went on. And
The bus driver was
I
trying
would
to hold
actually.
back both the parent and the student, the child, which was a double hot mess. Poor bus driver, and that's what brings me to them not getting paid enough. It's like you a referee in a
Going
big
on, and we
old
really can't, and which we can't
uh,
control, any experience that we go through, even as the adults. So I couldn't imagine being a child on the bus and a parent gets on the bus and acts in that manner. I hope that situation has gotten control of by the proper authorities, because that was totally out of line, for all the children that were involved as well as the adults.
And you know, bullying can lead to some children committing suicide, and that's one of the leading reasons why people do commit suicide is due to bullying. So even though it
Yes.
sounds like it's childish or trivial, I think bullying is still an important subject.
Yeah. So you know, it's just unfortunate that it happened. You know, and these are unforeseen occurrences. And as I say, you know, I'm getting out the car. I'm just getting home from work. So I'm trying to get over into the studio. So the studio is ready for me and prepared to get in there. So of course we're gonna
You
move
might
along
fade
with
out.
it.
You
But
might fade
if
out on
anyone
your way
have
up.
any comments regarding that, say that again.
You might fade out on your way up. I'm used to you, so we I guess we'll keep it rolling until you make it up the steps or the
Exactly.
elevator.
That's right. So if I go up this stairway, because I took a different route anyway. So if I go up this stairway out, I'll be right back with you. So be patient with me. Studio, because he got y'all.
It's all good. It's all good. I see those palm trees in the background. You got me missing Florida. Like, damn, let me get a coconut, a something, a coconut tree, a banana tree, or something.
So here I am, and as you see, I'm going up these steps. So we did get
You
a
got
little
us on. You
loud
taking
for
us
a
with you.
minute.
We on a field trip today.
Right.
Got us on a field trip. Something different. Shake it up a little bit. You know,
Right.
shake it up a little bit. Don't hurt nobody.
That's right. I took the shortcut.
But yeah, another story that I saw online, and I thought that it was good news. Mom and I we were discussing maybe about a month ago online on one of the
Oh
podcasts we were
my.
discussing the housing the housing crisis down in South Florida. Oh, she in there. She in there now. Okay, okay, okay.
Yes.
I hear you. Okay. But I was starting to talk about the housing crisis down there in Miami-Dade County.
Yes. Yeah, that's really
Yeah,
huge. A lot of people, I mean, it's affected a lot of people across the country with the rent that has gone up and skyrocketed and put a lot of people out of their homes.
right. And but the great news was that the mayor she had a press conference yesterday stating that the South Miami-Dade County released $85 million to go towards
Wow.
the housing crisis particularly. So that I felt as though that was great news. You know, there I know you guys only had a few people only had a few months to go before they would be evicted. You know,
Yes, they
so
sure did. And of course, they were going to be evicted. A lot of people were losing their homes. A lot of people were looking at facing situations where they were going to be put out of their homes. Their furniture was going to be out on the street. Their families were going to be, many families were going to be out on the street. It was just a huge impact and domino effect. So it's not only down in Miami-Dade County, and I really commend the mayor down there to bring that program down there to help to assist them. So many other people need that same assistance, you know, because rental prices have skyrocketed, as well as gas prices and a lot of different things where people are not able to survive. Ooh, and I'm kind of out of breath. So,
slow down, slow down.
so these are situations that a lot of people are going through. And if you're one of those people down in South Florida and you're dealing with that situation, you need to look into those programs. You know, go online, Google it. That information is there. Whatever that program is, you're able to apply to help to get some of that funding that's out there for you. Yeah.
But
So,
yeah,
you know, it's just unfortunate we're going through some hard times in our country today. A lot of people have been impacted by these skyrocketed prices. A lot of people are out of jobs because of the pandemic. It affected a whole lot of people. So, you know, these are things that are just going on. So
but
let me
I'm
catch my
glad that
breath because I was running up steps.
no, but the reason why I brought it up was that I wanted to mention that we did bring that up a few weeks back, maybe about a month ago, and I was just excited to see that different subjects that we bring up. It's great to see things I don't know. I love to see them do something about it, you know. So that's I feel as though if you speak up and you talk about whatever issues you have in the community or things you want to change, just bring it up, and you never know, someone may be listening one day, and they'll fix it. So I thought that was cool that that issue was taken care of.
Yes, and so it looks like I'm having a volume problem. Hold on one second.
Okay. All right.
All right, there you go. I'll fix it. Okay, okay. Quick
Yeah,
fix,
good
quick
over
fix.
there. Yeah, good.
Quick fix. So, Charles, you were saying, because I had a little bit of a volume problem there.
Oh, about the. I thought that it was great that they're actually doing something about the housing crisis down there, and I love to see different topics that we discuss. Um, I love to see other people bring them up, and I love to see different perspectives and things like that. So, one thing that someone mentioned to me is, yeah, I watch your videos, but I don't comment because I have a different perspective. I don't always agree, and I encouraged him to please speak out, because that's the whole purpose of discussing different topics, is to get a different perspective from someone else. That's what we
Right.
want, some interaction, so that's a great thing.
Yes.
But I even
Yes. We
love to
want
hear.
everyone to engage, whether you have a different perspective on all of our comments. We don't expect you to agree with everything that we have to say. Everybody
Right.
have a different perspective on many, and
I
comments on
disagree
many
with
different
mom
things
a
that we
lot.
talk
I
about.
disagree
That's
with
why
my
we
mom.
say like, share, and comment. Comment means it's an open forum. It's open for everyone. If you have a negative views on some things that we talk about, open our minds to something different and thoughts that that people do have to speak on, because this is nothing that we talk about that we all wanted to discuss. We are here to agree. We're okay to disagree and agree. So give us your comments if you're out there and you're listening to us, and which we like for you to and join in. Like, share, comment on our videos. We want to hear from you. So don't be afraid. Come on, speak. Let us hear what you have to say. And as we were just going over the comments about the comments speaking on those programs that are out there, President Biden also approved the student loans, that's able to help a few people in their incomes, what have you. Hmm?
Your mic sounds bad.
I can't control it well.
Move it over some.
Okay. So
As Charles, it sound like that. As Charles.
so how does my mic sound? So it sounds like I'm having some mic issues.
I hear
Do
a
I
little.
sound clear?
I hear the cracking a little bit, but for the most part, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna move this water over. I'm not sure if it might have the water have something to do with it.
There's like a little static there. I hear it, but but I mean, I still hear you just fine.
Yeah.
But I wanted to
Okay.
give a quick
Give us
shout out.
some.
I want to give a quick shout out to everybody who dropped the album this week and last week. The new songs, new releases, DJ Khaled, everybody. I want to give a shout out and just comment on how dope the albums came out, and I'm proud of everybody, and keep making all the great work, and a lot of people can. I know I was able to connect and relate to a lot of the different songs, and just keep doing what you're doing, because you never know who you touch, and the change that you can make in different people
Yeah.
out here in the world.
Right. I'm glad you brought that up, because Bruno Mars have a new song out, and I heard it this morning, and it is a really hit. So a lot of
Really,
couples out there, if you're in love and you could catch all in your feelings about somebody, Bruno Mars had just released a new song out too, and I heard it this morning. I really like it. So shout out to you, Bruno. Shout out to Beyonce and her new album
Beyonce,
she has brought
everybody,
out.
Khaled,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Ashanti, I think Ashanti has a new album out there too. I haven't heard
Okay.
it yet, but I'm going to be looking to listen to it as well.
Cardi B, Yeezy, everybody.
Oh, okay. Cardi
Kanye.
B got her a new
Yes.
one out there.
Yeah, Kanye, Cardi B, and I think it's Quavo. They're all on the same track. They made a track. I know they made a dope song, but
Okay.
everybody got there's so many new drops. It's hard to keep up and catch up and listen to all of them. So I just tried to give a broad shout out to everybody for all the new releases.
Yes, and one I really want to give a
Megan Thee
big shout
Stallion
out
too.
to because God did.
God
DJ
did.
Khaled, yes, you
Yeah.
brought it out because God did, and yes, indeed, yes, He did. DJ Khaled, thank you so much for bringing that word out, and I really like what you did and how you put those two words together because it is also true, and it really reaches home for many people in the heart of us all because God did.
Right. And I've definitely been, I know I've been one of those people that I felt like nobody else believed in me, even though I have my mother, you, and my family there supporting me all the way through, there's still times where you feel like you don't have support. So, but as long as you resort back to God having that support, and which is the God did, I think that that was a dope message. So I wanted to say, piggyback on your big ups or I guess, woo woo.
Right, shout out still,
Yeah, I wanted to
shout
piggyback
out.
on that.
Yeah, so we're gonna move forward on our segments today and what we talk about. We also had another video that was out there in social media. I think that was something else you brought up, Charles, or did that cover both of the things that you wanted to talk about? Um,
Um,
I know
about
that I had this sitting in this book.
there was a story that I was watching last night that they caught a huge drug trafficking ring that was trafficking drugs between um, LAX, California, LA, and
Yeah,
Tampa or Orlando, Florida,
yeah.
and they were just throwing they found six different suitcases, huge suitcases that were filled with drugs, so um and one thing that they found was 6 ounces of fentanyl.
Sheldon,
Yes.
I'm sorry I have to holler and call you out because I'm trying to get something. I need you. I need your attention. So we continue to go on, Charles.
She's
I was
like,
trying to
keep
get.
going, keep going. Yeah, they
Yeah, just
but
keep going. I'm just looking
they
for something
found
that I had written up last night.
yeah, but they found almost seven, what was it, 7 ounces of fentanyl. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but 7 ounces was enough to kill 96,000 people. So getting opiates off the streets, I'm all for that one. That's a big deal for me because I once was caught up in that lifestyle, and it wasn't fun. So just to hear that they're still doing things, doing their due diligence to get that off the streets, it was good to hear.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what? And that was huge because to hear such a huge drug bust going through the commercial flights,
Right.
is very shocking to me because you never know what's going on those flights. Just think about a situation where you would have been in a situation, and as you say, 6 grams can kill 96,000 people or whatever you say. And what if that suitcase or
six
whatever
ounces.
busted open?
Right.
It could have
You
killed
never
everyone
know.
on that plane.
Right.
Yes, and that's the
And they
situation.
were they were
That
just so comfortable with it to the point where they weren't even putting clothes in the suitcases. They were just all drugs. Not even they didn't even bother to throw a pair of underwear in a bag. So that
yeah,
just shows you how gone with they had it and gone with it. So I think it's
exactly.
going to be hard to decide to figure out who is the leak because someone through the between TSA and check baggage, somebody is accountable for not doing their job. So how would they go? How would they be able to figure out who did it without firing everyone?
That's right. And then how would they get all of this on the plane? Did the dog sniff it out? Did the dog sniff it out after it had shipped wherever it was going? Where did it land? Where did they do the
It
bus? Did
landed
the
in
bus
Tampa.
Oh, so the bus actually, so they actually traveled all the way to where they were going.
Right on the
and
plane.
then
So it's
was
from LAX to Tampa.
wow. So that took a whole flight in order to get caught. And then
Hmm.
once it got to Tampa, Tampa was more diligent in their search and
They
their
were waiting
safety of
for
their
him.
planes.
They were waiting
Great.
for him.
Well, you know what, and this what shows you, and this tells you, what's going on with the drugs and how they're being transported. They're transported locally. It's not something that is coming. Some of it is getting, inside the country, but it's locally. They're traveling over on the planes, and no telling what else and however they're getting these drugs back and forth that are killing people on a day-to-day basis and
Right.
controlling the addictions of many American and people worldwide. So it's just sad that that happened. So, but we're gonna move on, and
But it's good news.
we're gonna move on to those
Well,
social media conversations we had. Charles, did you have one more thing to say about that?
oh no, I was saying that yeah, it's a bad thing to hear about, but it's a great thing that they're actually doing some about it and they're getting the people off the street, getting the drugs off the street. So I still want to make sure we're shining light on the positive things about everything we talk about. So it's positive that they're actually getting those drugs that are killing people off the street. So yeah.
Right. Exactly. So just moving forward, we want to go. We talk about a lot of things that's going on in social media. Just highly unfortunate. We want to bring this to everyone's attention. When we do, we're always online. Day to day. Many of you see many things that go on online, many conversations, many different situations, family issues, whatever it may be. Jot down comments. If there's something you want to talk about or discuss on our show, you can bring it to the forefront. Bring it to us. We'll introduce you. You can also come and join our show. We will have you as a guest on our show. And of course, you will be visual. And we'll talk about anything you'd like to talk about. As we say, like, share, and comment on all of our videos. And please, we would like, 100% engagement from everyone. We are just trying to have communication within each and every one of us. Education is key for all of us. So we can just talk to, have a social life, feel comfortable with everyone you talk about. Right now, we're going to talk more so into our health and what we need to do, try to combat and purge some of these illnesses that are in our Black communities. And we're speaking more so in our Black communities because diabetes, high blood pressure, anemia, things like that, a lot of these hit home. And a lot of people don't know what they should
Hmm.
do because what we're hearing now is, I heard that this is good for you, or
Right.
try this vitamin, or I read in Google that if you do this 3 times, this can happen to you. And these are things that we hear on a day-to-day basis. So, in order for us to try to help everyone and to share our knowledge, we do a little research on our own, when it comes to trying to better our health and how to take more control over diabetes, over the medications that you are on, and try to reduce that, eliminate. If we can help to eliminate anything that you're going through, we're only here to help. And of course, as we say, and Charles say, what you say, Charles? We are not doctors.
Right. But it's simple information that you can always look up on YouTube, anything, TikTok. You can find
Yes.
information about health everywhere right now. And I know that I had high blood pressure for maybe about almost 2 years. And my
Wow.
when I say hypertension, I mean hypertension, like stroke level high blood pressure. And
Wow.
a lot of this caused because of the stresses that I had in my life at the time, and also because of my diet. And it was just those two simple things. And when I changed those two, I'm telling you, you saw the difference in my eyes, in my skin, and everything. Um,
Hmm.
my I felt as though my hands on the back sides, they were turning yellow, and my nails were yellowish, and my eyes were yellowish,
Mm,
and it was all from not drinking enough water ever. I was drinking a lot of alcohol, but I
mm,
wasn't replenishing myself with any water. And also I wasn't eating any vegetables really. Everything had to be cooked or fried or even baked. And one thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stay away from any cooked foods. If I can, I'm on this raw diet, where all of my foods are raw, whether it's just apples throughout the day or it's watermelon, grapes, just different things. And I get it's so hard when I tell you just not eating any meat right now is so hard because I'm like, what can I put in between these two pieces of bread? I keep looking for something to put in between my two pieces of bread, but you got to keep it going. You just got to have a will.
right. Yeah. Everything is not for you at all. Let me see, do my glasses. So I was last minute coming in. I was just not prepared. I'm just like, I'm trying to get my glasses in my purse right there. So, but
I was like, what the
Charles,
hell?
listening
Like,
to every look. We're alive. Nothing is scripted. We can't edit anything. Everything is just live, and everything that I do, those signals and stuff. Charles thinks this is for him. It's like, no, it's not. It's actually
right. I
Charles
was
is
like, oh
screwing with
shit.
me.
I
So I'm
thought she was
sitting here
telling me to
trying
shut up.
to get his attention, and he's kind of far from me, and I'm like throwing across the room,
Mom, I thought you were
trying
saying
to get his
cut. I
attention.
thought
But
that meant cut.
oh,
I was like, oh, let me shut the hell
I need one of them things.
up.
you I'm not in the studio. I don't even know I'm going like this.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, so of course, we talk about these things and adjusting our diet and what we can do to try to help to purge out some of these high blood pressure, some of these diabetes, some of these anemias, and all these different effects that we have that we can help ourselves, and we can help ourselves by eating differently. I know that I have a challenge with adjusting what I'm eating. Okay, many of you probably do too, along with me, because when I hear conversations like I'm 100% vegan. I don't eat meat anymore. And for me, for some, I just look at myself and I say, I don't know if I can not eat meat. You
Right.
know, I don't know if I can't survive. I can survive off of not eating meat, but everything that the body is not made up to eat meat. The body is actually made up for all of the vegetables and greens and things like that. So
Right.
if we can transform our bodies to feel healthier, stronger with energy, that's what we want to. Those are the goals we really want to reach. So we don't want to lessen eating, we want to lessen all the unhealthy eating
The acids,
that we
the
have.
foods that call acids, you want to get rid of those and try to eat
Yes,
more foods that bring in alkaline, that raise your alkaline levels.
exactly.
A great one. Some of the
Exactly. And
great the
one of the illnesses I want to just hit on is high blood pressure. Many people have high blood pressure. A lot of people on medications, and you can change your eating habits and rid high blood pressure. And by
mm,
doing that, your first line of impact is, hi, Bobby, thanks for joining us. And the first line of impact when you have high blood pressure is, and I hate to let you guys know, but it is eliminate oil.
mm.
If you can eliminate the high cooking, frying foods, if you can
Butter.
eliminate the oils from your diet, this is something that high blood pressure lives on. And this is where it comes from. Your plaque, it is a plaque buildup That's exactly what the oil is. It builds up plaque. And that's where that high blood pressure comes in. And what it does, it closes up your arteries and it gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And that's why you have that high blood pressure.
Mm.
And so if we can rid that oil that's in your system, this is something to help you to help get rid of high blood pressure. A lot of meats, or you can get rid of out of your diet too. It depends on your
Mhm.
blood pressure. If you have a very high blood pressure and you really battling it and you feeling like you can't get rid of it, go on a raw diet, a raw vegan
Yeah.
diet.
And no red meat, especially.
That's right. To challenge yourself is the hardest thing in the world is the challenge, the challenge of not eating meat. Go on a plant-based diet. That will help to purge out high blood pressure. Believe me. So what I see to do,
Or have your
and
significant other put a chain and lock on the refrigerator. That'll do it too.
don't buy the meat. It's high anyway. Have you guys seen oxtails lately?
Oh,
Oxtails are high. You go a pack of oxtails is $30. You didn't need it
right.
anyway. It's full of fat. It's full of high blood pressure. High blood pressure. Best friends.
But they're so good though. They're so good.
They so good. Yeah, but also, you know what? Tasting good and feeling good is two different things,
You
right?
right
And
about
of
that.
course,
You
yeah,
right about that.
fruit tastes good too. Fruit tastes
Fact.
really good too. I don't know anyone that doesn't like fruit. I've never met a person that say, "Oh, I hate fruit. I can't stand fruit." I do have
Yeah.
friends or just even myself and say I have a challenge eating fruit, but as to say I don't like fruit, I like all fruit. It's the eating of the fruit and the acid. So certain fruit that have acid in it, what affects me, but I still eat it. So all of these different things, strawberries, watermelon, kiwi, all these different things are great, to kind of add on to a raw vegan diet. And also nuts, pistachios, what are those other peanuts? Cashews,
Cashews,
things like that, seeds, chia
almonds.
seeds, mix all those things up. You don't know if you're eating meat or not because you're feeling good. You have the energy. It's giving you energy and it's replenishing your body. So if you do this for 90 days, I promise you it will help you to feel much better. So, and also, we want to move over into not only high blood pressure. A lot of people have problem, and a lot of young ladies that I've come in contact with is anemic, and they have anemia. And anemia is not necessarily um, a based on the iron. It depends on how what you are intaking too. How are you getting your iron? Iron pills not always the route to go. The best line of iron is a green vegetables.
Mm.
That helps. And a B12. You can get a B12 a B12 and a B9 vitamin. These things help, and you can read your that anemia. It increases your red blood cells. So that B9 and B12, kind of transition to trying to obtain those vitamins to kind of help you. Eat more nuts and seeds, bananas, cantaloupes, things like that, kiwi. Those things, also increases your red blood cells. And if you can do that, you will get rid of the anemia.
Is it
And
true? Is it true that red wine is good for anemia? Anemia also.
well, I don't know. You would have to read that. I haven't read anything of the red wine. I just know the things that'll help. I am here to assist and tell you things that help. I follow this nutritionist online, and this information that I listen to someone to get that word out there to kind of help others as well as myself. So these are the things I will be practicing as well. I am trying to transition into a vegan diet. I really want to change my total eating habits when it comes to all the meats and things like that. I think I will retain white meats. I think I will retain the more fish and some chicken, and when I say chicken, I would eat a baked chicken and things like that, but chicken is questionable to me too. I'm just gonna
Right, it
look more
is.
into plant-based, animals, so
You
you
ready to
have
start,
to.
Mom? You ready to do it with me?
Well, yeah, are you ready for the 90-day vegan challenge?
Hey, I didn't say 90 days.
So you know what? And we're asking our audience to
No,
join
we got
us
to do
in
it
this 90
permanently.
day
Mom, you can't
challenge.
get you can't just count for 90 days. It got to be
Because it's
permanent.
90 days. You need a full 90 days for this raw vegan diet. It guarantees you that you will feel much better. You will feel the energy in your body, in your soul, the strength. You will start to see your muscle change. You will start to see that you will rid a lot of fat from your system, bad toxins that have been stored in there for how many years because you're
Wait,
loving meat
not that
so much,
long.
because you're loving the fried chicken. Let's go with going with this 90-day vegan diet. I'm ready for it. I don't know if you guys are up for the challenge. This is something that I'm going to start. I'll give everyone a date next time we get on the show. Everyone's going to have a date. Or by the end of the show, I'm going to give a date. And
Mom,
we're
I
going to,
started already.
from
You behind.
from that date, no, you're not behind, because there are some things that you're still doing and eating. So yeah, so if you have high blood pressure, because I know a lot of people have high blood pressure and diabetes. Oh my God, diabetes, the insulin, and when it gets to the point where you're on insulins and things like that, you're on the edge. So we want to get rid diabetes. If you're obese, you're dealing with a lot of challenges in your life. It's hard for you to stop eating all that good fried oily food. Let's bring it down a bit. Many
And
people has bought the air fryer. This is a great thing. You have read at that point a lot of oils. It depends on what foods you're buying too, because there are foods out there that is full of oil too. You might throw it in the air fryer, but it doesn't mean that the oil is out of it. Because I know I
but
can throw some French fries in there and the oil just comes out the French fries while I'm eating. That is, I know oil when I see it.
so
So we're
so
gonna
what
try, huh? What you say, Charles?
so so how do you feel about people feeling as though, like Nene Leak, she said she doesn't work out. She just lay on the table under the knife and get it sucked out. A lot of people feel like I don't have to work out, I'll just get it sucked out. Do you agree with having liposuction and different things like that? How do you feel about that?
You know what? I don't agree with liposuction. It's just like, I'm going to bring it to you this way. Many of women are cooks. Many of you have cooked. If you bought a chicken from the grocery store and you're cleaning the chicken and you start to pull the skin off the chicken, you start to really dissect inside that chicken. Now, think about me just sucking out the fat that's on the stomach, because only thing the doctors are doing is sucking out the fat that you want him to suck out. You didn't tell them to suck out the fat under your underarm, because the fat under your underarm is still there. You didn't tell them to suck out the fat that's behind your knees, because you still have the fat behind your knees.
That's not funny.
Am I right or wrong? I'm just being honest, and I'm just
I don't have
speaking to
fat behind my
everyone when it
knees.
comes to the liposuctions, the BBLs, and all these different things, and all these different surgeries that we're going out there and get. I can do a look. I can do a go and tell the doctor,
A mommy
suck this
makeover.
out right here, suck it out. When they suck this out, I got fat out of here, and the fat is still sitting there.
Yeah.
Eventually that fat that's sitting over here and over there, it's going to travel and get to right in that area where the doctor has sucked out all that fat that's right there, just so you can temporarily look a certain way. Now, if you're not going to work out and you're just going to take that surgery and you're going to live off of it, you better believe me, your body is still full of a lot of bad fat.
SpongeBob, right?
Yes, and that is what we call bad fat. It's not good fat. It's full of cellulite because it has many toxins in it. And so you
So
want
so
to, yeah,
so the key is to work out, basically. Even I
yes.
saw this video last night of this guy. He was a young guy. He and his wife, he took his wife to the hospital because she wasn't feeling well.
Mhm.
She had recently gotten a gastro bypass. And
Mhm.
he dropped her off at well, he didn't drop her off. They checked into a room because she wasn't feeling well or something like that. They immediately got her a room.
Okay,
And
because we want everybody to hear this, Charles. We want everybody who has had these surgeries to listen to these stories because there are some tragic stories out there when you're going under the knife and you're transitioning your body to do something different. You're getting half your stomachs cut out. Some of you did a band where it's filtering all of your food to go in different places. So we want people to really listen to this story because these stories are detrimental to your health. And it's very important that many of you listen to it. If you've gone under the knife, you want to listen to a lot of these different stories. And I've read many of them where people come down here in South Florida, they want to get sucked out this way, sucked out over to the side, and they're not hitting, they're not doing anything but a temporary look. It's a certain way you just want to look. But if you want to feel good and you want to get rid of that fat that's in your system and you want the cellulite to be removed and things like that, not only are you challenging yourself to eat differently in order for your body to tend to transition to purge out all the fat that's in your body. And right now, when we talk about that 90-day challenge that we're going to go through, we're going to help ourselves to purge out a lot of the fat that's within us. So in that 90 days, I'm going to show you this line right here, and we're going to say, I want to hear the comments from everybody. Does it look different now? After that 90 days, because I'm going to strictly go on that diet. But this story is very important and we want everybody to listen to it. Okay, Charles, go on with this story. After this story, we're going to go into our break and
okay.
so we would like for everyone to continue to tune in and stay with us. So this story, Charles.
Yeah, she they dropped her off. He dropped her off
Mhm.
and left back out to grab something to eat. But by the time he made it back, she had already passed away. And it was due to that gastro bypass. She was still eating unhealthy after she got the gastric bypass. And I didn't realize how dangerous it is for you to continue to eat fatty foods and fried foods after a gastro bypass. You can literally lose your life, you know? Like Russian roulette. And he one thing that he mentioned was that she she needed therapy after having such a procedure done on her. Um, she didn't just immediately go to eating healthy. You know, it took time for her to want to eat better. You know, and but he mentioned that if they would have just started the therapy sooner, so she would be able to get help and some instructions and ongoing directions, because he felt as though that there was another underlying issue as to why she kept eating so much, you know. So I just wanted to shed some light on that because it was a sad story. I believe they were still in their 20s and he already lost his partner, his wife, due to that gastro bypass and not eating correctly after it. And so, like, for as far as my family, you know, I try to if I know have any knowledge myself, I try to spread it out, spread it to whomever. You know, the only way to receive more knowledge is to continue to give out knowledge. So for my family and friends, you know, I always look out if there's any way I can help. You know, I try to give out as much information as possible, and I don't want to see any of my friends or loved ones suffering for any reason. You know, so it's important that I at least express my feelings on that.
Great story, and thank you so much. And as we say, we're going to go on a short break, And all of you, please join in. Continue to watch, like, share, and comment on all of our videos. We'll be right
We be
back with you.
back.
Thank you.
Programs like this are made possible by Neighborhood Planet Broadcasting Systems, Neighborhood Planet Network, iBlisters Digital Media Creative, and from contributions to NPNTv from viewers like you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for continuing to join in. I would like to also say in our show, we were just talking about obesity and dealing with health issues and addressing trying to get more healthier. It is very challenging for us to transition and alter what we eat every day. This is something that is very helpful to who we are. We want to live long. We want to see our grandchildren. Many of us have grandchildren now and children. We want to see them grow as adults. We don't want to have these challenges and where we can't go and see them play ball. We can't go and see them cheerlead. We can't go there and see them play tennis. And basketball, football, whatever it is, all these different sports, they want to see us in the stands. And we don't want to be in situations where we've gotten so unhealthy that we are too lazy to want to walk up to the bleachers and just have a seat and watch them. So these are things we have to do for our children, to let them know that we're here to support them, and we're also for each other. We have to support one another. We have to talk to one another, let us know, things are getting unhealthy in our lives. I may look small, but I'm just as unhealthy as many of you out there. Don't think that because you're small, oh, she thin, she don't need to go on a diet. Yes, I do. I need to work out too. There's some things I want to get rid of. I have some fat on my back too. I may not be overly obese, but yeah, I want to get rid of the fat on me. That's not being thick. No, you don't want to be thick. No, that is the fat buildup. And we want to rid that
Yeah,
from us so that we can breathe better, so that we don't have these
me too.
unforeseen occurrences in our lives. Yes, Charles?
No, I said me too. I'm holding in my stomach right now.
Right. So these are things that we have to do for ourselves to be happy, and to have that energy to walk up a couple of flight of stairs without being so out of breath. I know when I was growing up, I was on a track team, so I've ran and exercised a whole lot. And when I got out of high school, I continued to run. I had a nice six pack. I had plenty energy. Back then, we all had so much energy. We would go out, we would hang out all night. We would have 1 hour of sleep until we had to go to work the next day, and we'll start over all again. So, you know what? Because of the energy that we had, the food is cooked differently, so many added hormones to all the food that we're eating. So now, look at what you're eating. Look at what you're buying in the grocery stores. What is it that you really want to eat? Do we want to get all these high cholesterol foods, to intake to add to our health situations? So these are things that, can help us. These plant-based diets will help all of us. So I am working on it. Charles is working on it.
Me
Charles has
too.
started working out. I always say to Charles, you're too young. You need to start working out, Charles. Charles, you're too young. You need to start working out. And Charles did. He is on it now. And I'm very proud of him because he's going every day. And he's really getting his workout on. He's changed his eating habits. He's feeling so much better. And I know Charles feels the energy, his energy level has changed too.
Right. Even though it has. Even though I go to sleep early now, I'm asleep by 9 o'clock.
Yes.
But
And
that's
you
one
get
of
a
the
good
things that it
sleep.
gave me. I get a good night rest. I try
Yeah.
not to. If I'm drinking juice all day, I notice that I'll be up all night trying to use the bathroom 5, 6 times a night. So it's all about what you intake for real. I agree with that.
Right, and you got to understand what you eat, and when you rest and you sleep, all those vegetables and peanuts and proteins just all in your body, and it's just marinating all over your organs, and your organs just feeling so good. And when you wake up, you jump up. You're not sitting on the side of the bed like, whoo, and you just wake up. You're just waking up, so you should feel good when you wake up. You should jump up and be ready to
Right.
run or ready to go to the gym and just feeling good. And we want that out of everybody. And if we can challenge ourselves to get to feel like that, come on. It's a lot of us. It's a lot of us that can get on this road to success and feeling happier and healthier. So, and feeling good, when you feel good, you're ready to walk. You ready to go to the mall? Many people say, "I'm not going to my." Oh shoot, girl, I don't want to walk in no mall. Yes, this is some exercise that you're going to be looking to do. I'm just going to walk in the mall. You don't always have to buy things, but it is good to just get out, feel refreshed. If you're nearby parks, it's nice to walk in the park. It's just have such a good feeling about it. The trees are smelling good. Early in the morning is a great time to walk. It smells so refreshed outdoors. These are things that we can do to feel good about ourselves. Even if you just walk 1 block, you've done a whole lot more than you've done in a year. So
This
I'm
morning I woke
challenging
up to a
everyone.
treat. This
Hmm.
morning I woke up to a treat. It was 61 degrees outside when I got up this morning. I was like, whoa. I forgot that it
Wow.
could even get that cold. But it hadn't been in the 60s in almost 3 months now. So it was a nice little treat this morning. And the weather is changing. It's the perfect time to get outside.
Oh, wow. The weather's changing already, huh?
Right,
Oh, okay. Y'all get ready for it. Y'all got the breezes coming.
right,
It'll be
right.
hot again, but it'll be hot again tomorrow. Probably it'll be 100 degrees.
And I know
Get them
y'all's
out there.
hurricane season is coming to the end in this coming November, so I'm sure y'all are looking forward to that too.
Yes, we are. And you know what? We haven't had any, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Right,
We haven't had any
right.
hurricanes that come through and tear up anything. So that's a good thing. We have had many storms up north. A lot of people had a lot of flooding up there. I haven't heard of any earthquakes this year, but we did get a lot of flooding. Unfortunately, those families who were impacted, St. Louis got a lot of flooding as well. I don't know what the recovery is for many of you if you still people need a lot of help. Um, there are
FEMA.
St. Louis does have FEMA out there to help assist you in getting your house taken care of and all those repairs started.
Yep. So
Yeah.
if you need assistance, FEMA's they got assistance for. I believe I'm not sure if all the flood victims all over the United States, but I know all the ones here in St. Louis. So
Yes, and they have funding out there to help you to fix your house and all the losses that you had. Take pictures, call FEMA. It's a lot of money out there, and it's waiting on you to collect it so you can get your house rebuilt. You got to think about it. Your house probably, before that flood, it probably wasn't looking that good. But now it can look good, good. So, take advantage of that.
and that's
Take
another opportunity for our Black entrepreneurs as well. If you have a construction business, anything like that, it's a perfect opportunity to level up with your business and take it to the next level too.
That's right. That's right. And I know there are a lot of construction companies that are in St. Louis that have started and up and coming. Help those people out. Reach out to them. Do some outreach. Sometimes you have to walk the streets door to door, send out flyers, whatever you can do. Get the word out there. You're in social media, send your flyers to get that communication. People don't know how to reach you. Put it in TikTok, put it in Instagram,
Mhm.
put it in Facebook, all those different platforms.
She
One
give it.
thing about these devices that we have, everyone has one, and a lot of people are using them. Even the babies have one nowadays. Even the babies have them. So get the word out there and try to help one another. And as I say, I try to get in the on in Facebook in the morning,
Excuse
and I say good morning to everyone. I hope you've heard me reach out to you. Good
me. I
morning
hear
is what
you.
I try to share, and that's the best time of day. It makes me feel really good to speak to everyone. Hopefully, everyone having a wonderful week as we're into Wednesday now, and we're in Hump Day. Tomorrow is going to be Friday Eve. We're going to start almost closer to our weekend. Everybody going back to work tomorrow morning. Get started again. Get healthy. Eat different, have a different lunch if you got lunch. Don't stop at the fast food restaurant. Don't stop at McDonald's and Wendy's and Church's Chicken and Popeyes, all those different things. And then the seafood restaurants. A lot of people have those fried seafood restaurants. I'm not trying to put people out of business, but we do need to try to eat healthier, kind of take control of what we're putting in our bodies,
And it is
so that
it's
we're
more
stronger.
expensive too. It's more
Huh?
expensive to
It is
eat healthier.
expensive.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It's more expensive to
Yes.
eat healthier.
Yeah, eating healthy is expensive, and I tend to say it a whole lot. But if I'm not spending it there, I'm spending it somewhere else. So those meals,
True.
still, you could get eating healthy. It can be very expensive. But thank you so much for everyone joining us. This is the end of our show. We'll see you again next Wednesday. Have a great week, and goodbye. Take care. Stay
Later.
healthy.